And good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist CJ Cartledge here. I hope you all have had a nice and safe day for the most part here, because it was absolutely brutal out there in terms of the high heat and humidity. I hope you all stayed safe by drinking plenty of water and taking breaks from being outdoors for so long. But unfortunately, you're going to have to, go through another day of what we saw for today, and it's potentially going to get even warmer as compared to what we saw for today for tomorrow. Here's the latest look at the weather impact alert that has been issued for today. This is in effect through the rest of the daytime hours for today. We will also issue another one, or there's already issued a weather impact alert for our Tuesday, starting at 11 a.m. all the way until 7 p.m., or at least until this extreme heat warning it gets canceled here, or at least expires at 8 p.m. on our Tuesday. It's mainly due to the dangerous heat and humidity that we are dealing with at the very moment, and it feels like temperatures are absolutely through the roof. They are expected to be between 110 to 115 at anywhere around the Mid-South here. We could see some heat indices in some areas get rise just below that 110 degree mark, but just to be safe, the National Weather Service has issued an extreme heat warning, which means heat indexes between 110 and 115 all the way through the daytime hours for our Tuesday. Make sure to stay hydrated and take frequent breaks from being indoors for at least a little bit of time before you head back outdoors. If you plan on being outdoors for a long time, please make sure to stay hydrated and wear maybe a hat or something, and try to stay in the shade as much as possible. Here's a look at temperatures at the very moment. We're currently sitting at around 94 degrees by Memphis, 94 for Holly Springs, 95 for Covington, and the same thing, around 94 degrees for Forest City. Temperatures have decreased a little bit as compared to the past couple of hours here, so we won't be seeing temperatures rise a bit higher as compared to what we saw earlier today, of course. And temperatures reach only around 96 degrees here for Memphis, and a low mainly in the 70s. We're expecting higher temperatures heading into tomorrow, though. Here's a look at heat indexes at the very moment. We're still sitting very high in those 120s out there in terms of temperature. It feels like temperatures near Dyersburg. 122 was the highest feels like temperature that we've seen throughout the daytime hours today. And if we saw 122 today, we could see something very similar in one or two areas heading into tomorrow here. That's why the extreme heat warning was issued. 116 by Corinth, 111 for Forest City, 104 by Memphis, 106 for Tunica, and 105 sitting in Clarksdale right now. And Oxford sitting at 103 is what it feels like right now near Oxford. But here's a look at the Almanac. Just as mentioned before, we reached 96 degrees today in the Memphis International Airport. And I could see many areas around Memphis saw area temperatures around 96 degrees for today. The low was actually 81 degrees. So it was very warm this morning, and temperatures did not reach their full potential. I believe we were expecting around 98 degrees for today, but we saw 96. And we're expecting 100 tomorrow. So we could definitely see temperatures reach very close to 100 heading into tomorrow, and both the highs and the lows reach above the average for today, of course. Here's a look at tonight's forecast. Temperatures may not even make it out of the 80s once again, heading into our early morning for our Tuesday coming up, but we should see the mid and upper 70s elsewhere around the Memphis area. 76 by Oxford and 76 for Clarksdale. I could definitely see heat indices ranging between the mid and potentially upper 80s out there by early tomorrow morning, so that humidity is definitely going to be a factor as you're heading out the door. Make sure to stay hydrated, and make sure to, if you have trouble breathing out there, make sure to take an inhaler, maybe a couple puffs of that inhaler as well, so you can breathe easier, or at least a little bit easier through the daytime hours tomorrow. And that's mainly due to the extreme heat warning being issued that will last from now all the way until 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Just as mentioned before, heat indexes could reach up to 115 and potentially get even higher than that, just like how we saw in a couple areas for today near Corinth and Dyersburg. But heading into tomorrow, we will be dealing with high temperatures. These are actual temperatures, by the way, near 97 for Dyersburg, around 98 for Covington, 100 for Memphis, Tunica, 100 as well, 99 for Forest City and Mark Tree, 98 for Holly Springs and Oxford, and around 98 degrees for Corinth as well as Bolivar. But heat indexes on Tuesday will be very similar to what we saw for today around the Mid-South here, around the 108 degree mark for Memphis, 111 for Truman and Clarksdale, 106 for Bolivar, Oliver, 110 by Covington. Absolutely brutal heat and humidity is on the way for tomorrow. But thankfully, we only have one more day of these type of temperatures before we see a little bit of a cool down heading through the rest of the work week here. As you can see by hour forecast, right now we're not dealing with many clouds at the very moment here, but this is what Futurecast is showing us, or Futurecast is showing us. We are going to be dealing with winds mainly heading in from the north. It's not going to cool us off by much, but the nighttime hours should allow temperatures to fall well into the 70s and some not even out of the 80s out there. But we should deal with mostly dry conditions heading into the morning hours for our Tuesday, and we should deal with continuous northerly winds as a result of that high pressure system that's currently centered, believe it or not, in the Gulf as of right now. So we're still feeling the effects of this high pressure system, which is why many areas in the Mid-South and the southern eastern United States are dealing with the high heat and humidity as of right now, and many heat warnings and heat advisories at the very moment. But moving through the daytime hours, as you can see, not much is really expected to go on here. Going back to earlier in the daytime hours here for our Tuesday, not many clouds are actually expected. I know you see a lot here, but we're not expecting many clouds through the daytime hours for our Tuesday. But heading into Wednesday, we will see a cold front move through that will allow for all the cloud cover to pretty much move out. But we could see also an isolated shower or two as we move through the daytime hours for our Wednesday here as it move all the way back to the beginning of Tuesday. Here's a look at our 3-day forecast ahead of us. As a result of the cold front moving through the Mid-South, we will drop temperatures, or temperatures will drop from the well in the 90s range down into the lower 90s and upper 80s heading into our Wednesday. The mornings even get a little bit cooler as well. We may see the lower 70s and upper 60s for the first time in quite some time here around the Mid-South, but we will be dealing with more manageable temperatures or manageable conditions as we move into the rest of the work week after Tuesday and after that weather impact alert that we have set for Tuesday. We're expecting heat indexes to reach well into the triple digits once again for our Tuesday, but heat indexes may only stay close to those actual temperatures out there starting on Wednesday. That lasts through the rest of the forecast period, as you can see there. In terms of our muggy meter, we will be dealing with, wavering humidity. That dew point temperature is what you see there on the left-hand corner of your screen. Around 66 to 70 looks to be the muggy range is what we're feeling as of right now for our Monday. It's what's causing heat indexes to reach well higher than actual temperatures, but we may stay in the same range. Temperatures potentially reaching into those 70s, dew point temperatures that is reaching into those 70s out there. But heading into the weekend, if you have any weekend plans out there, you'll definitely want to take an umbrella just in case you see an isolated shower or two. We are expecting mostly dry conditions, but scattered showers and storms aren't out the question just yet, and temperatures will actually run below the average for this time of year heading into the weekend. Here's a look at our full 7-day forecast before we take a little bit of a break, and we'll talk about some more interesting stuff here with your regional forecast with Daniel McDonald. We are expecting high temperatures to reach near that triple-digit mark heading into Tuesday, but we will deal with a little bit of a cool down heading into Wednesday, and that lasts through the rest of the forecast period with rain chances starting to rise as we head into the weekend. So make sure to stay hydrated out there. Make sure to wear light-colored and light-weighted clothing because you actually feel just a tad bit cooler as if you wear something like a white T-shirt or light blue T-shirt as compared to a darker T-shirt out there. So light-weighted and light-colored clothing. And make sure to take breaks from being outdoors for so long. Stay tuned for meteorologist Daniel McDonald's regional forecast coming up in just a few minutes.